looking at this chart, we've talked about what these different time divisions are called and why they're broken up, based off of fossils. We're going to jump around just a little bit because to go with our skills in class, we're kind of basing this off of, we're looking at the different fossils on Earth and then getting information on them. So how do I know where these fossils are, what these fossils are, how long ago they lived, and all these different facts? First, you have to start with the letters. Okay, so if we zoom in enough where we can see a little bit better, all of these right here are common index fossils that are in New York State. Okay, so these are the New York State most well-known index fossils, and there's different types of them. So the first thing you have to be able to do is pick a letter. So say fossil G. What is fossil G? Fossil G is in the group that's called Ammonoids. So anything that's on this line right here is what's called an ammonoid. Ammonoids did not exist on Earth before this amount of time. Okay, and we'll talk about what that number is in a different video. But this is where ammonoids first appear on Earth. There's no ammonoids. If you were an alien and came to Earth earlier in time down here somewhere, no ammonoids are around. You'd see trilobites show up first, okay, about the same time as these gastropods over here. I've got to look up there to find the word gastropod. So these lines are labeled with the type of organism that it is. So like dinosaurs are probably one of the most well-known. There's one commonly found dinosaur in New York State. Not that it's commonly found, but there's one dinosaur fossil that we can find that's an index fossil. Dinosaurs were not around for very long. This is when dinosaurs went extinct. This is when dinosaurs show up. Okay, mammals didn't exist on Earth until not too long ago, and birds even more recently. But if you look up at the top, birds are not extinct, mammals are not extinct. Any line that gets to the top is still around in present day. So you can't find dinosaurs on Earth. You can't find ammonoids on Earth because they go extinct at these locations. Okay, this amount of time. We'll look up the years that go with those later. If you want to see what a placoderm fish looks like, you would look at letter R. If you want to see trilobites are really, commonly talked about fossils. Fossils A, B, and C on our chart are trilobites. What do those look like, and what are some specific names for them? You look down here, and you can see, you don't have to memorize the names or anything like that. You just have to recognize, if you see this word elliptocephalia, that's what it looks like. That's fossil A. Cryptolithus is fossil B. Phacops is just an adorable little trilobite, fossil C. So these are all little creatures that used to live in the ocean, shallow oceans. They crawled around, kind of sort of like crabs and lobster type with exoskeleton. Okay, so those letters, you can look them up and find the names, and just remember, index fossil names are scientific names. They're going to be in italics. So if you see a word that's in italics, you know that you would find it down here. So Eucalyptocrinus is H. If I want to know what kind of organism is H, I go over here to H, and I look up on the line. That's a crinoid. Okay? So some of that information, fossil names, fossil groups, okay? And we'll talk about more how many years ago and what time periods those changes match up with.